Today, we're gonna be DIYing for our team. We're gonna give them a call, ask them if there's anything they've been itching to make or pieces that they might need, and we're gonna get to work. Hi everyone, my name is Kelsey.
Hi, my name is Becky.
And we are the Sorry Girls, and we're back today with some more DIYs. What do we got, Becky?
So today we're doing a really fun video. We actually saw Lauren do this a while ago where she made DIYs for her friends. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm running out of space in my house to DIY for myself, so I am very excited to be able to DIY for someone else today.
I'm kind of running out of room, but I think the bigger issue is our team has always asked us for like advice and help on certain DIY projects. And a perk of working for the Sorry Girls is that you have access to our studio, our tools, our materials, like anything you want. But because of our lockdown here in Toronto still, they haven't been in office and they haven't been able to DIY the way that they normally would. So today we're gonna be DIYing for our team.
And also, we're not gonna get to everybody of the team, right? So don't be sad that we're missing out on people because this just means we get to do part 2 of this, right?
All right, I will check in with you later.
Good luck!
I have Rachel here on the line. If you guys don't know Rachel, she is our new art assistant. So she helps us with all kinds of DIY things and prep and shopping and stuff. And Rachel, you know the concept of the video. Is there something that you have not been able to cross off your DIY list that I can help you with?
I was just picking up stuff from Home Depot for the office, and I did grab myself a little plant. So it's not as tall as I'd like it to be right now, but maybe a plant stand could be nice.
Yeah, that's easy. I can do that. Is that what you want? A plant stand?
Super simple, but yeah, I would love a plant stand for this new little guy.
Oh, have fun. Okay, cool. Any like kind of design or like anything in particular you're thinking of?
Like anything wood is fine. You can stain it whatever color you want. I haven't moved yet and I'm in the middle of it, so there's no color schemes going on, so you can have fun with it.
You are storing a coffee table here that is such a great vintage find, and it, like, should I go that color of wood that the coffee table you have is?
Absolutely, that's perfect color.
Okay, great, cool. I have wood, we have stain, that's great. I can do this for you, that's easy. Would you be able to drop off that pot, at least at the office, so that I know the sizing of it and I can like get it all set up nice and pretty?
Absolutely, I'll come by right now.
Cool, and I'll get started on this tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, it is the next day and Rachel has left this pot for me, which I actually have the same one at my place. It is super cute, very versatile, and definitely will work great on a plant stand. So, now normally I feel like I would want like maybe better wood for this, but I have these 2x6s here at the office, and you know we like to use up what we already have. Also, it's really hard to get things these days, so let's make magic with a 2x6. Step 1 is gonna be sketching out my design. I wanna do something that's kind of like, just like sleek and simple. This is gonna be a really easy DIY, guys. So I'm thinking of cutting out the 2x6 like so. So there's a place at the top for the pot to sit in, and then we have some space at the bottom, and just obviously as like a negative space, so it looks more like a stand and 4 different legs. And then I'll just need to make sure that I cut out a notch on the top and then a notch in the bottom on the other piece that I'm cutting out so that my 2 legs can slot together and equal like 4 legs in the shape of an X. To make your notches, you're going to do it the thickness of the piece of wood and the depth of at least half. So this is, I went halfway and then I just went as wide as my piece of wood here, and obviously I put this in the center. If you guys are finding it hard to cut out a notch like this, you can go straight down one side, straight down the other side, and then cut across and kind of go on an angle, and then just go ahead back the other way, and you should be able to get all corners nicely. The second time doing this, I wanted to try chiseling it out, but this didn't go so well, so maybe that wasn't the right thing to do. Or just maybe if my lines were a little bit straighter, it would have been better. Okay, so this is the coffee table, beautiful piece that she found. That I think I'm gonna try to match the wood to, because like why not, right? Okay, so we have gun stock, cherry, English chestnut. I think it's kind of obvious which one here. Gunstock it is. Okay, so I have my stand here, my pot. I think the next step is to just show this to Rachel. Made some magic with some 2x6s. Wouldn't that be like a good series? Maybe not. Honestly, this is the easiest plant stand you can make. I've made a few plant stands. This is the easiest. Okay, it's windy and sunny, but I'm outside Rachel's place. She's coming down to meet me, and I have my planter here. Let's see where this girl is.
Oh my god. It's so sexy.
She's yours.
Oh my god, she's beautiful. You did such a nice job. I love it.
Did that work?
Thank you.
Exactly what you needed?
It's beautiful. I love. Oh my god. I'm not gonna swear. I love the color.
You have a plant for it, right?
Yeah, I bought a tree. It's gonna grow. Beautiful.
Oh my god, good work.
Yay.
Wow, I love today.
I'm so happy with my new plant stand. I think the color of stain that Kelsey chose is beautiful, and it really just got it a couple inches off the ground like I wanted, so I'm so happy.
How's it going?
It's going good. How about you?
Good. So I really want to make something for you. I think this will be really fun. So is there any like home decor, anything you're looking to have for your new place?
Yeah, I actually have a couple of ideas. So the first one is I was thinking of having a cabinet over my drawer unit because I have a lot of like skincare products and jewelry that are just like out there laying out, and it does not look cute. So I want something to just hide it and make it seem more subtle.
Did you have any like design thoughts for it?
Yeah, I do. So I actually saw it on Pinterest, and it was this poster looking cabinet. So it had a poster in front, and you could just open it up and it would just be your like hidden compartments with like jewelry and hair products and whatever. And yeah, it's just super subtle, and I think it would fit this whole like gallery wall vibe. So I think that would be pretty cool.
Yes, hidden compartment DIY.
Yes, bring that back. Where's our friend?
Love it. Do we want to go more like kind of ornate gallery wall, or like keep it more simple? Do you have a vibe?
Honestly, I kind of want to push a limit here and go ornate.
Okay.
And just make it more fancy and like eye-catching.
Because that would be my vote too, so I'm very happy that you're on board.
On the same page, same wavelength.
I probably won't ask you any more questions because I want to keep it a secret. I want to reveal it to you at the end of this week. So I think I have enough to go off of. Maybe just send me the dimensions of the wall, but I think I have a plan brewing.
Awesome. I'm excited. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I have a plan in mind for how I'm gonna do this, and I literally just ran out now to grab the most perfect frame for this. So I got this off of Marketplace, and although it has no glass or nothing in the back, I just couldn't pass it up. It was 20 bucks, which I think is a really good deal. It's quite big. This as a cabinet will hold a lot of things, and just like, can we appreciate how gorgeous the detail on this is? Low-key having a hard time giving this up and not just keeping it for myself because it's so beautiful. We do need to make the back actual cabinet part, which I figured would have to be a DIY project anyways because finding a cabinet that's the exact size of this was gonna be difficult. So I'm down to do a little woodworking. I picked up all the wood supplies that we need to make it, so let's head outside and build this. Okay, welcome to my backyard and my not so cute work table, but we're gonna make it work today. So basically what I'm doing is I have these 1x4s and they're 8 feet long. I don't know if I'm gonna need 2 pieces, but I have 2 pieces just in case. And basically what I'm gonna do is build a large box the size of my picture frame that can go behind my picture frame. So I'm gonna cut out 4 pieces to build the box and then 2 pieces to act as shelves to go inside. Confirmed, I did need to use 2 pieces. Always buy more wood than you think because you just never know. And I also want to mention this is a really easy project, or a good project if you're looking to just get into woodworking, because you can totally do this all with a handsaw and a simple drill. Which, speaking of drills and drivers, if you'd like to learn more about that and all the basics of it to get yourself more comfortable with it, check out the video here. We go into all the details, all the basics, all what you need to know on how to get into using a drill and a driver. We break it down, super easy. Go watch that, then come back and let's assemble this thing. So basically what I'm doing is just using 2 different drill bit sizes to drill a hole. One will be my pilot hole all the way through both pieces, and then the other one will be a little bit bigger just through part of the first piece to give room for the screw head to go, because later I'm going to cover these up with wood filler and it'll be like they were never there. Also, I'm not forgetting to use wood glue before I screw it together to make sure that this is really secure. I'm screwing in all 4 corners as well as screwing in both of the shelves. Okay, here's how it's looking. It's all assembled, it's really sturdy. I wanted to give him different options of shelf sizes, so I kind of varied them, but it's getting cold out, so let's finish this up inside. Okay, and while I was outside, I also used my saw to cut down a piece of hardboard that is the exact size as the back of this. So I'm gonna use some wood glue and nails to just nail this to the back. I thought about leaving it open, but I just think a back is gonna look a lot slicker. And then once that's on, we can paint this. Okay, first coat done. It definitely needs a second coat, but I'm gonna leave it for now and move on to assembling it because I really wanna see this thing come together. So to do that, I'm using these little cabinet hinges to put the frame onto the cabinet, and then to keep it closed, I'm using this fun little thing that's like a cabinet door magnet. I will link all of these fun little things I'm using in the description below. So this is how these guys work. So the little magnet bit gets put to the inside wall of the cabinet and kind of touches up against the edge of the picture frame there. And then all this is a piece of metal, and it goes on the underside of the picture frame. So when the picture frame closes, the metal will hit the magnet and snap it shut. We don't have any art for this frame, and it's not a very good cabinet to conceal things in if it's just open the way it is currently, so I have to find some art for this. I didn't consult Justin on what his taste in art is, so I'm just gonna pick something. The beauty of this being a picture frame is that he can literally swap it for whatever he wants in the future, so I'm not too stressed about it. And I think I can do something really cool that I'm hoping he might like anyways. So I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. It's not really a secret. I found this myself through like a blog post about it, but that is the fact that the Met Gala has a lot of their art available under the open access category, which means that it's literally free for you to use. So I'm gonna go find a sweet piece of art to put in this frame. I think the fact that it's like an old ornate frame is really just calling for a piece of art that looks like it was painted on canvas. So that's what we're gonna do. So on the Met website, if you go under art, you can search the art collection, and what you wanna make sure you have selected is this open access box right here. So that gives you access to all the art that is available for you to use and print. I did a little pre-scout of this just to make sure that it was actually fact, no cap, that you could get this open access stuff on the Met website. And I think I scouted a piece that would actually be really good for Justin's cabinet. It will save you a lot of time if you make sure you're only searching in paintings, because there's a lot of other art available. So this I saw called The Bathing Pool by Hubert Robert. That's a great rhymey name. We love it. So when I saw this, it immediately gave me like spa vibes. I feel like I'm at an ancient Greek spa in this photo, and I know he's planning to put skincare in here, so I just feel like it feels right, okay? So I'm gonna send this off to be printed. I'll go pick it up, and then we can put this thing together and then show it to Justin. Oh, all of a sudden I'm like, what if he doesn't like it? No, it's really good. Justin, if you don't want this, I'm keeping it because I think it looks great. Okay, everybody, I am back with updates. So the base has been painted white, and I picked up my art print, and it looks so good. I will reveal in a second. Let's put this back here. The bathing pool in all its glory has been printed out on really nice paper, so really all it's left to do is actually frame it, and then I can go drop it off at Justin's for him to hang up. I really hope he likes this. I think this is really coming together, and it's, I think, one of my most favorite things I've made in a little bit, so. Since there's gonna be that constant opening and closing of the door, I wanna make sure it's really secure to the wall, so I'm giving Justin 4 screws and some wall plugs so he can screw right through the back of the hardboard of the cabinet and put it directly onto the wall to make sure it's really secure. Making my way to Justin's. That's all. Okay, I'm here at Justin's. Are you ready to see it, Justin? Okay. This is what I made you!
No way! Where'd you get this frame?
So, okay, hold on. I have to show you how it actually works. So, it's obviously a picture frame.
No way.
And it's a cabinet!
That's so cool! Oh, no way.
And it's magnetic too?
Yeah!
Oh, sick!
Of course.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, that's gonna look so good on the wall.
Here you go.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Enjoy!
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Thank you. Guys, this cabinet looks amazing. When we were talking about going the ornate route, I really didn't know what to expect, but it looks so good, guys. That frame just elevates the space even more, and it covers all the clutter, all my skincare products that I was just chilling out there that I didn't want people to see, and that painting matches the walls so good. So Becky, you showed up and showed out. Killed it. Thank you.
All right, hi Nick, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, you know, good. You know how I'm doing. You see my footage all the time. I don't just get to see you as much as you get to see me. Lay it on me. Are there a couple things that you have been wanting to DIY in your space?
So basically, I really kind of want to change my main living room space where I have my TV set up, couch. In order to do that, we need to trim down on some of the things that are taking up maybe a bit too much space. So I'd love a side table that we could use to just put, books and drinks and stuff and little snacks. When I saw what you had in your living room, I was like, oh, that's a really good idea to have, but also, doesn't take up walking space necessarily.
Yeah.
The TV and stuff like that. So
I really do like the long-sided side tables. I think that they're very useful and they look great too. Okay, and I can kind of see the vibe of your living room. It's kind of minimal. You have a lot of light wood there. Is that something you want to stick with?
Yeah, for sure. I think light wood is the motive.
Yeah, is there any kind of inspo that you have you can send over, and also measurements, and then I can just get to work?
Okay, sweet. Sounds good. I can do that.
Okay, thank you. See you.
Okay, see you.
Bye. Now, based on the measurements that Nick provided me, I'm going to just quickly sketch out something so that I know the size and the idea that I'm trying to build. So I have a 12-inch by 72-inch piece of pine, as well as two 48-inch, 1 1/4 piece of dowel. These are gonna be my legs. These are gonna be my tabletops. I think I got this. And then I'm just gonna cut out all of the pieces I need using my circle saw. So this is going to be the 4 leg pieces, as well as the 2 tabletop pieces. One's kind of like a shelf, and then one is the top of the table. And once all of my pieces are cut, I just need to sand them down. So now it is time to kind of start assembling. This is going by pretty easily, but this is where we might hit a problem, because I've actually never chiseled out wood properly before. I feel like I've done it, but just maybe not properly. So I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm going to be notching out sections to fit the shelves in 2 spots along each leg. So from my understanding, I should cut a bunch of little straight lines and then use a chisel to chisel out the space. And essentially I'm going to be chiseling out where I want the tabletop to sit, and then I'm just gonna drop in some glue and hopefully nail gun it, and it'll all stay together. So I cut out the 4 notches at the top, gave them a quick sand so that they're nice and smooth inside. And to repeat this on the other dowels, I actually did this weird thing where I just kind of rolled them together and marked out the points along the way. It seems to have worked. I have all my notches cut out and they seem pretty even. And now I just need to go ahead and cut out my notches on the bottom for that lower shelf. I don't know, maybe I'll do 5 inches up, 6 inches up. I'm done my all 4 legs with notches, sanded them, cute. A couple of them do have imperfections. This one you can see has a little notch, a notch on the notch. This one I just haven't sanded yet, but that came off. So I'm gonna try to glue that. But I don't know if you guys do this when you DIY, but sometimes there's a bad side and you're just okay, well these are gonna be facing the back, and literally no one's ever gonna know. Nick's watching this excuse me? Yeah, I'm just gonna glue that and then let's move on to the next step. Also, this is where the split was. I just wood glued it back together and sanded it. Excuse me? So to assemble this all, I'm laying down my 2 legs and adding some wood glue, and then putting in my lower shelf, and then going ahead and adding more wood glue at the top and putting in my top shelf. Is it a shelf or is it just the top? you know? Wood glue is definitely really important for this step because wood glue is actually so strong. Nails kind of like hold it in place while the wood glue dries, but we really want to count on the wood glue here. Once my two, we're gonna go with shelves, are in place, then I'm going to take my other two legs, add wood glue, and add those on top. Once it's in this position, I'm going to nail gun the top as well as the bottom shelf into place. I'm just gonna do one tack for now and then flip it up and add a couple more and of course do the other side. And then of course we're gonna use some wood filler to fill in those nail holes and give everything a nice light sand and then a wipe before we're ready to stain or seal because I'm not staining it, I'm sealing it. Okay, it looks so good with that clear coat on. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I'm going to bring it over to Nick and see his reaction. Oh my God, summer's here. Okay, I hope you like it. If you don't, I'll keep it. Okay, don't look.
So it's directly behind me?
Yeah, it's directly behind you. Okay, tell me what you think of your new table.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm in love with this side table. It fits so nicely beside the couch and it's the perfect height to put a cup of tea on. I find the natural wood so calming, so I think it's a great addition to the space. Thanks so much, Kelsey.
Hi!
Hi, how are you?
Good, I'm really excited to make something for you. Also, I think this is probably your first debut on the channel, is that right?
I think it is, yes. I'm Andrea, I'm the social media manager at TheSorryGirls.
Yes, and she's doing amazing. So, do you have anything project-wise that you'd like, home decor, maybe for your space, that I can make for you today?
Yeah, I was thinking, and I feel like if you can see in my room, there's this light and it's really not cute. So my style is kind of boho, kind of, yeah, like I like outdoorsy things. So I feel like a boho light, maybe like macrame or cute cord, something warm tone would be really nice in this room.
I could totally, I think, do something really cool with that. That's obviously hardwired into your ceiling, right?
Yeah, it's been here since I can remember, so it's old.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just make sure that whatever I give you can also just like plug in the same way.
Yeah, perfect.
So maybe after this, if you could send me any like reference photos have you seen that of things you like, and then rough dimensions of how big it should be, and then I think that's all I need to get started.
Perfect. I love that. I'll get to Pinterest.
So I think this one's not going to be too difficult. I did have two options though on how to sort of tackle this. One was to upcycle an existing drum pendant light, and the other option is kind of to build it from scratch. I think I'm gonna do the build it from scratch method just because that will be easier for anyone at home that wants to follow along and do it themselves. And I'm a little concerned about how expensive even finding a secondhand drum pendant might be since they are in style right now. So what I've already done is purchase two of these rings. I'll link them below. They're 22 inches. They're the floral rings that you would use to make wreaths or whatnot, and these are pretty big. This is what I'm gonna use to build the base of the drum pendant. Like I said, I have an idea in mind. I've never done this before, so let's just try it together and see how it goes. Okay, so my biggest challenge with this was just figuring out a way to keep these two rings separate so we could make like a 3D circle shape. And here is the method I think I've come up with. So I'm gonna do that with these, which are basically just wooden skewer sticks from the dollar store. Really inexpensive, but I think they'll work well. So I've cut these all down to 5.5 inches, which is how tall I want the drum of the pendant light to be. And then I'm just gonna use some simple wire to attach it to both the top and the bottom rings to hopefully hold it in this 3D shape. Okay, so this was actually much harder to do on camera than it was off camera. So if it looks like I'm struggling, it really isn't that hard. I'm just taking the wire and wrapping it around the wooden stick and attaching it to the ring, just going back and forth, crossing from the front to the back, up and down, in whatever direction just feels like it's getting it the most secure on there. I added 6 of the sticks all the way, spaced evenly around the ring, and then as the last little bit of extra safety security, I added a dot of super glue in between the wire and the stick and the ring just to make sure it really bonds together and doesn't move around. So this is how we're looking to have one side done, and as I'm sure you guessed it, I just have to put the other side on the same way I did this one. Let me show you how it's looking up close. Yeah, see, it's looking good. And don't worry if this feels like it's a little messy looking, because we're gonna cover it all anyways later, so it's okay. We won't ever see this. I threw a pillow in the middle here just so I have something to rest this second ring on while I attach all the different pieces, because it'd be really hard to try and hold this up and do that at the same time. Okay, guys, this is actually really solid. I might even say more solid than I thought it would be. So I surprised myself sometimes. This worked really, really, really well. And the bigger the ring, the more supports you want to put, because that's just gonna make it more sturdy in the long run. And don't skip the super glue step. That made all the difference. So it's looking good. There is one other sort of structural thing I want to do before we can get to making this look really pretty, and that has to do with where the light in the middle is going to go and how I'm going to attach this to that light. Traditionally, when you buy like a already made light, it usually has the ring in the middle that you can screw your pendant, that you can screw like the, you know, the light usually has a screw that you put in the center of a lampshade. Everyone knows how a lampshade works, Becky. Don't need to explain it to them. But since I'm making mine from scratch, I don't have that ring in the center. So I'm gonna do sort of another DIY solve, and that involves using more of this same wire, and I'm gonna just wrap some wire around select points of the bottom ring, similar to how we did this. And that will be used to attach it to the cord when we go to actually assemble this light. And I'm not really concerned about the length of these yet. In fact, I'm making them much longer than I think they need to be, just so I have extra. But the idea is that these are gonna wrap around the center pendant when I go to hang it. So this is kind of the idea of how it will ideally hang off of the pendant light when we're done with it. So I'm just gonna kind of leave these in a bundle in the center for now. We will come back to them later. We got the skeleton done, the bones structure. Now onto the exciting part, which is making her pretty. So I know what yarn I want to use for the tassels. It's this color, which is kind of like a creamy, very light beige white. And I'm not certain what I want to use for the twine. I have two options. This one here is more of your traditional jute variety. And I think it looks more like the reference photo, but I worry that I'm not gonna have enough. And then I have this stuff, which I think is called sisal. It's not the same color, and it's pretty like, it's hairy. Is that a weird way to describe it? It's got like all this shag around it, which I'm worried might look messy, but I have more of it. So I'm so torn. Tell me in the comments what you would do right now, even though you can't change the fact of what I'm going to do. I'm curious to know what you guys would do. I think I'm gonna try for the one that's the darker brown. I might have less of it. Hopefully I don't run out. Okay, gonna start by just knotting it to the top so that it has somewhere to stay. So, I mean, I think you guys can see where this is going. I'm just gonna be taking this string and wrapping it around my ring, basically until I've filled the whole thing with string. So this might take some time. Well guys, what I suspected and was afraid of definitely ended up happening. I made it about like 1/6 of the way around this whole thing with my jute. So I'm just gonna get more because I think it looks really, really cute. In the meantime, I figure I might as well get started on the tassels, because that is yet another part of this project that's going to be very time consuming. I have done some mental math and figured that I probably want a tassel to sit at every inch all the way around the circle so it looks nice and full. The actual circumference of the whole thing is about 70 inches. So if you're keeping up, that means 70 tassels must be made. But I feel like we can whip these out no problem. Alright, you guys ready to see this? I thought that would be a much more impactful shot than it was. Okay. So these are how they're looking. I mean, they look fine. They're just looking a little bit craft project-y for me. So I have a thought. Where did my thought go? So I have this, and this is literally a dog hair brush. I own it because I have a dog that I brush out often. And this reminds me a lot of what they use to take yarn like this and turn it into like wool or felt. I'm not sure exactly what they're making, but I can picture the video of them like pulling the yarn in a brush like this to make it kind of floofier. So I think I'm gonna brush out all my tassels. I'm hoping it would just give it more of like, I don't know, just a different look that looks less like just strings of yarn and maybe looks a little cooler. Do you see how what it's doing is like undoing the twist of the yarn and making them kind of more like individual strands which just makes it look a little bit, I don't know. I just like the look of it better. And it did kind of make the ends messy, so I can just recut those to be even and clean. Let me show you a before one so we can see if that made a difference at all. Oh yeah, okay, this was the brushed out one, and this was the before one. I don't know, in my opinion, this one just looks a little bit more polished than this one, but you can let me know your thoughts below. All right, see you in another couple hours. Why does this look so hilarious? Like I'm petting my little tassel pets. All right, see you in a bit, guys. Let's go get some more twine from, oh, it won't zoom. Well, waiting for my curbside.
Thank you so much.
Sweet. So as you guys saw, I went and picked up more rolls of the jute cord so that I could finish this guy, and I got to work. I wrapped it all the way around. It's looking really good. So now what we gotta do is tie on the little tassel babies. And this is really easy because I could just separate kind of the jute and then tie the string around onto the bottom ring, trim off the excess, and we're looking good. Okay, friends, it is finally complete. Complete aside from the fact that we now need to attach it to a light that can hang from the ceiling. So what I got was this plain black hardwireable pendant. I will link this below. The best thing about this DIY is that if you don't want to hardwire it, you can just buy the version of this that plugs into an outlet. Easy peasy. So the one thing I need to finish and figure out is how to attach what I've made to this. So if you remember earlier, we added those wires kind of spaced around the bottom ring. So what I'm gonna do is just take those wires and wrap them around the cord here, which ideally will just help it hang off this evenly. Okay, got Andrea's light finished, loaded in the back of my car, and I'm on my way now to drop it off. Okay, are you ready to see what I made you?
So excited.
All right, here you go.
What? Wait, how?
I'm obsessed with this light. It ties perfectly into this room, and it's just such a huge upgrade compared to the last one that I had.
That was actually so fun. I love making things for other people, and it just is quite rewarding when, you know, they get something that they love and have wanted. So definitely, if you guys want to see us do this again, let us know in the comments down below, because, you know, we have a couple more friends we can DIY for.
Oh yeah, and the list, as soon as we told our team we were doing this, like everyone had a couple things, so we could do round 2 with them again.
And also give some love to Team TSG in the comments down below, because we wouldn't be able to make these videos without the lovely people you saw in this video. Some of the lovely people. This wasn't everybody. Good work, Becky. Beautiful as always, and I will see you hopefully soon in office.
Yes, hopefully this big team can get back together ASAP.
All right, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.